Warriors around, don't get caught in the mosh pit. Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip and I'm liable to spark it. Throw down these hits, my click is indivisible. I aim, you duck, I squeeze, now you invisible. I'm not afraid of getting physical. All these different chemicals are fogging up my visuals. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we notorious, we ain't no runners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we some warriors, they ain't called gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Put on my sweat, put on the beat, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker in between, know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rap, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running. You don't wanna follow me, now I'm looking for.
Good evening, and welcome to another broadcast of Kidney Disease Education Moment. I am your host, Steve, the Kidney Nurse. Unfortunately, we had to cancel our original show, Holiday Meals and Kidney Disease. Our guest, Kelsey Reed, nutritional dietitian, renal dietitian, is sick with COVID. Now, this is real. COVID is still out there. So if you have a chronic condition, okay, or even healthy, but especially if you have a chronic condition like kidney disease, please continue to wear your mask if you're around a crowd of people. Continue to wash your hands with soap and water. And if you can't get to soap and water right away, carry hand sanitizer. Also, there's respiratory illness, flu, cold. This is that season. So protect yourself. Do what you got to do to stay healthy. So what I wanted to talk about is conservative therapy. And this is not going to be long. Many of you may even know what conservative therapy is. It's not doing dialysis. This is a different treatment. This is another form of treatment option. Now, what made me want to do this topic this evening, I seen a Facebook post, 23-year-old young lady posted in the group, wanted to get other people's opinion dealing with kidney disease, or if anyone thought or went through this. She has a fistula in now, and her doctors are pressing her to start dialysis. She's hesitant about starting dialysis, okay? She has a 5-year-old, I believe, and a husband. And she says she doesn't want to be a burden on her family, the husband, and the daughter. Okay? And you look at the comments, you had different people commenting. But one comment that disturbed me is someone called this that was a lame decision or thought. That was lame. Now, how are you going to criticize someone else for making a personal decision? And you have people saying, don't do it. Their experience on dialysis, this and that, and rightfully so. No one wants to see someone not do a treatment knowing that the end result is death. However, let's talk about this because it's not talked about enough. I know several kidney warriors who decided to take this route because that's what they feel they needed to do. And I respected that decision. So the decision to do dialysis is personal. Dialysis and transplant are life-saving treatment options. Let me repeat that. Dialysis and transplant are life-saving treatment options. They may extend life. They may reduce symptoms of kidney failure. For many people, they may even improve the quality of their life. We've seen that. You see different people coming on social media, showing what they did, how they dealing with kidney failure in the machine, doing dialysis at home, taking control of their life. We see it. However, not all people who deal with this disease have the same goal when it comes to treating their illness. Some people may choose not to start dialysis. And how can you fault them if they're in their right mind and they made that decision for themselves? We all heard the term walk in my shoes. Everybody deals with this disease in their own way. How can you fault somebody for dealing with it in a different way that you would do it? Okay? Some people choose to start dialysis and then stop. And people are like, why would they do that? You have some people that got multiple chronic illnesses and they're just tired. How can you tell them to don't stop if you're not dealing with their condition? Okay? There are many possible reasons for people not wanting to do dialysis or start dialysis. Some people sense the end of the road coming. They're just tired. You got people been on dialysis 10, 15, 20 years. They may just say, I'm tired. Also, people may not see their symptoms improving because they may have other conditions that's hindering the quality of life from the dialysis treatment. So also there may be too much pain or suffering. You heard the term people suffer in silence. So as you could be on Facebook, social media, typing behind the keyboard, you don't know what that other person is dealing with. And to criticize one possible decision not to do dialysis or not to get a transplant is weird to me. Everybody has their own opinion, but how can you get mad at someone you don't even know who decides to go conservative therapy or not do a treatment option that you would do? There may be spiritual reasons behind this. There may just be the hope to spend the time they had left with their loved ones instead of being in a dialysis chair. We got a young lady on TikTok named Jeannie Button who decided to do conservative therapy. She's still alive. I don't know how she's doing it. She posted TikTok video the other day answering the question. And the person's question she answered, they was thinking about going conservative therapy. Not everybody, because one may decide to do dialysis or do a transplant, someone else may decide not to. Who are we to say you're right, you're wrong? Whatever the reason is, people have the right to choose treatment, right? They also have the right to change their minds. If the treatment they originally picked no longer fits their needs or goals, that's not for us to decide. See, you're not going to see a kidney disease show like this. And I can expect a low turnout. But I'm still going to put the information out there. Okay? Because even though one may deal with this regularly, like, I don't need to hear this. You have other people who may be dealing with a situation that we know nothing about, suffering in silence, that may need some form of confirmation of their decision that they may be making. Again, this is a treatment option. Let's not get that twisted. Okay? So what is conservative therapy? You hear about this, you may see people saying, I'm not going on dialysis, I want to try conservative therapy. What is it? Conservative therapy centers around the decision to not do dialysis. This might mean never starting dialysis. Okay? This might mean starting dialysis and then choosing to stop. But that's not all. Okay? With conservative therapy, your doctors will focus on keeping you comfortable. So you just don't stop dialysis and then go off into the pasture and wait for this disease to take over. That's not how it works. Okay? They'll use therapies to keep you as healthy as possible during your remaining life. Remember, though, stopping dialysis does not mean that the doctors stop taking care of you or about you, okay? That they will work with you and your family, okay, to provide you the support needed during that time. So what happens without dialysis? We know what happens, but let's talk about it in theory. Without dialysis, many people will pass away. Now, we don't know that time frame. It could be 1 week, it could be 6 months. Who knows? However, this time frame can be very different depending on factors, including if you still make urine or not, other medical conditions, fluid control, and diet. Now, after you stop dialysis, doctors can prescribe medications and treatment to make you feel comfortable. Okay? In the end, let's make no mistakes. In the end, toxins and fluids will build up. They'll become too much for your body and pass away. I knew a young lady on TikTok who documented her life while going into hospice. And she had multiple problems with getting the access in and maintaining an access. And she could probably have other issues going on. So, again, without dialysis, okay, depending on if you still make urine, you got other medical conditions, fluid and diet control, and no one knows when you will pass or when the toxins will overtake you. Reducing the pain and symptoms. So if one chooses conservative therapy, it's very important to get all the care you need to be as comfortable as possible. As you begin to think about stopping dialysis, you may want to also consider other treatment options, okay? Pain management, palliative care, or hospice care may make your symptoms more manageable. Medications may be used to keep your fluid and swelling down. If you are in pain or distress, talk to your doctor. They may help you live remaining days as comfortable as possible. Okay? Spiritual concerns. People of different faith may wonder about the impact of choosing to go without treatment. It is usually best to talk to your spiritual leader about this. Okay? They should be able to provide insight from your faith's perspective. If your spiritual leader isn't available, talk to your social worker to put you in touch with somebody of your faith. And look, this is my personal opinion. If you decide, if you're a kidney warrior, and you decide to choose conservative therapy, stop dialysis, or not even start dialysis, definitely talk to your family. And if you have to, talk to a counselor. But I wouldn't put that information out in a social media group, because you're going to get all types of comments, and this can affect your decision making. You can't live for other people. You got to live for yourself and your family. And no one knows what you or one is dealing with internally. Regardless if you have a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, husband, wife, if one is sick and their prognosis or their quality of life they feel is not good for them, how are we going to determine or again criticize someone for making a decision? No one should be able to make a decision based on guilt, or someone saying, oh, you're selfish for making that decision. So what? One's supposed to suffer internally or silent for because if they don't, they're being selfish. So again, choosing to go without dialysis is a very personal decision. Very personal decision. It's a big and difficult choice. So the person already feeling bad about thinking this way, why make the person feel any worse by criticizing or gaslighting or downplaying what they think they may decide to do? If you're deciding conservative therapy and you're watching this, take the time you need to choose. Take all the time you need. Talk with your doctors, your family, friends, and spiritual leaders. Okay? Try to learn as much as possible about your options before choosing. Because you also got dialysis, with hemo, home hemo, peritoneal, transplant. Then you got conservative therapy, which is really never talked about. See, when you're dealing with this disease, you got to lay all the cards on the table. This is where education is key. Also, think about the impact. Think about the impact of your choice on your loved ones. Okay, let's not forget about that. The impact of your choice on your loved ones. Have the courage to do what you think is best. Have the courage to do what you think is best for you. Also, if you feel comfortable, talk to your social worker, doctor, or member of the care team. That's if you feel comfortable. They can tell you a little more about the other treatment options. You can do the research. You can always come to Steve, the kidney nurse. Check out YouTube, Facebook page. Have a private conversation. But this would probably be the last thing I would maybe discuss if I was deciding to go conservative therapy or even not receive a transplant, because for some reason, when one talks about maybe not doing a transplant or this or doing dialysis and they make it known, that people have a lot to say. And you rarely see any support for the person that made the comment. The comment I put down for that person was, I respect your decision. This is a personal choice. So if you're a kidney warrior and you're dealing with some things, I would find a comfortable group that supports people's decision whether it's good, bad, or ugly. Now, this disease is unfortunate that one has to be put in a position to make treatment options. But that's what it is right now. And so, again, if you or your loved one or you know somebody who's thinking about conservative therapy or not doing dialysis, support that person in whatever decision they decide to make, because they could decide to stop and then they may start back again. Who knows? But don't make the person feel worse than they already are in thinking about stopping this treatment. So with that being said, I wish we could have had Kelsey Reed. I want to send best wishes to her for a speedy recovery. This would have been a great holiday show, because we was talking about the diet. One thing that many warriors struggle with during the holidays. So we'll talk about lab values, talk about albumin, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, hemoglobin, AC1, A1C, glucose, and the KT/V. We're just going to talk about the importance of these labs, the results. It would have been a great show. And again, I'm sending special recovery to Kelsey. No, I said you can't. Hello. Thank you for joining. Definitely come back. Well, not come back, but I hope to redo this show in January when Kelsey is feeling much better. This would have been a great show. I had some great questions for Kelsey. And so with that being said, I'm going to end the broadcast on Facebook and YouTube and stick around on TikTok for a little while. But thank you guys for coming out. We didn't have a big turnout, and that's okay. I was planning for that. But hopefully people can watch this on the rebroadcast, replay. I've done many shows on conservative therapy. This is no different. And with that being said, thank you guys. Have a happy holiday, and we'll see you again soon. Take care and have a great evening and great holiday. Peace.
Brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Ride or die, 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 ride or die. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta ride or die.